Here's what's hot, brought to you by JMMB Group, your best interest at heart. Governor of the Bank of Jamaica, Richard Byles, says if Jamaicans begin earning more, but the amount of goods and services produced does not increase, inflation will suffer. The BOJ's concern comes following news that the number of Jamaicans working is at an all-time high. The governor said that higher than projected future wage adjustments in the private sector could hinder the BOJ's effort to bring inflation down to the target range of 4 to 6% by the end of the year. The inflation rate has hovered just outside the range for the last 4 months. Byles said if private sector wages increase significantly above the current inflation rate and are not accompanied by increased output from the workforce, the country's inflation rate will go up. JPS customers should expect to see an almost 2% increase in their next electricity bill. The increase follows the Office of Utilities Regulations annual tariff adjustment review. The OUR said its decision became effective on August 9 and will be reflected in bills received for consumption following that date. Scientists announced earlier this month that July was the hottest month on record since 1880. According to JPS, the demand for electricity peaked at 692 megawatts on July 12. The police have one person in custody following last week's attack on a Beryllium transport vehicle in Manchester. Gunmen reportedly made off with an undisclosed amount of money in an attack that injured 3 people. This is the latest in a string of attacks against the company, which transports cash for several of the island's financial institutions. It's unclear how Friday's attack will impact the company's operations going forward. The 4th largest bank in America, Wells Fargo, was ordered to repay customers over $40 million last week for excessive investment advice fees. According to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, Wells Fargo financial advisors lied to clients, saying they would reduce the firm's standard preset advisory fees, but never did. The SEC said some 11,000 accounts were overbilled for years up to last December. The bank did not admit any wrongdoing, but also agreed to pay the SEC $35 million as a civil penalty. What's Hot was brought to you by JMMB Group, your best interest at heart.